What's up, Diliel coming to you live, and in this video, I'm going to respond to the comments that were on my last video. First of all, I want to appreciate everybody who chimed in and said something, just sort of voiced themselves. So I appreciate that as I navigate this platform and kind of change things moving forward. On that, I'm going to talk about what I'm going to do after the fact, but let's just read some of your comments right here, right now, starting with Legacy. First world problems. Okay, I don't really have much to say about that. I get it. It is a first world problem. A lot of people in the first world have YouTube channels and are content creators. And I guess in third world countries, they don't do this. So that's fine right there. Drew Hustle says, man, keep chugging away. Podcast is just like producing. Even flows, ups and downs. You'll be okay. I check pretty often. Just a saturated market, man. Keep it moving, bro. Never quit. Quitters never win and winners never quit. I almost went 4 years without a placement before I started getting in commercial music. Well, congratulations on getting your placements in commercial music. And I get that we have these ebbs and flows. And a lot of times when you really want to do better and you want to make a change and you want to figure out what fits you, you just look internally, right? You look at, okay, what can I do differently? You know, you do some researching, you do some soul searching, questioning, you know, you really want to try and move things forward in a way that makes sense for you, but also benefits other people. So I appreciate that encouragement. Okay. TZO Deer F2596. This might be the second video of yours I played because I don't actually watch videos unless the main content is visual. All I know is that I must have subscribed for a reason, which means I like what I heard, and I don't recall Jill Scott having anything to do with it. You may not have had something to do, may have not have seen my Jill Scott video, but just for those for context, the Jill Scott video has been sometimes my top video for the year. No matter what I put out, it has gotten more views than anything else I've done in the entire year. And it is an instrumental, and you know, it's a track I'm very fond of. You may have not seen it, and honestly, since I've unlisted it, it still gets a lot of plays, but it's on a playlist. But it still outperforms everything, and it's not even my main content for the channel. I've tried to do other Jill Scott instrumentals to see if I can get into the pop to see if that's what people want, but that's not the case. And as you know, I do a lot of different stuff on this channel. I'm not blaming. It's just a fact that because I'm good at different stuff, I just like to showcase all that different stuff, but it doesn't align with how the platform works. I may have a viewer that likes all of that I do, and that's good for one viewer, but in the bigger picture of things, dealing with the algorithm, what I've learned recently, and what I've learned is just that it doesn't align with how the platform works. It's about efficiency, not how great or how talented I am. Excuse me. This is uncut, unfiltered. Let's go to the next question. Yads2K1 said, bro, gaining weight. I guess so. Hope it's muscle weight. And if anybody's actually genuinely interested in my weight gain or weight loss, I advise you to subscribe to my vlogging channel, Daily Vlog. Daily Vlog features me and my struggles of weight loss and my weight loss journey, and also my traveling tours and stuff like that. So if anybody's interested in that stuff, that's on my Daily Vlog. That's not music production. That's more of a personal lifestyle, and also my documentation of my weight loss journey, which has been up and down, just like my YouTube channel, but still going, not quit, but making adjustments for that. So if you're genuinely interested in my weight, that would be the channel to look at, Daily Vlog. It's like a star. Jaco Blavantis. I'm sorry for butchering your name. I know people get your name right. You know how your name's supposed to be said. You say, it's like a star who made a movie at age 25 and goes to a fan event at age 40. People are surprised that he does not look or sound like he did back then. For the fan, no time has passed. Kirk writes about this, I think, in Big Sur. That's cool. At the moment, I felt genuinely close to the people in the room, as if in a Lives Club. Thank you for that and the music. You're very welcome. I'm glad that I was able to bring something cool to you on this platform. I just don't take it for granted that I can reach people on this platform, even though I've done it for a long time. I think it's easy for any content creator, but it's still a special, interesting thing. So thank you for reaching out to me on that. This is an uncut video, so please suffer with me, or just please have some patience as I kind of blow my nose. We are in the middle of pollen season right now, and I'm in Georgia, and we just had our record highest pollen. So therefore, there's going to be a little bit of pollen fighting. So I don't like to blow my nose. I don't want to be rude to the viewers. This is just me not having. We're just being very open and transparent right now, just sort of kind of just chilling. Al or Nothing Keep plugging away, my dude. Ignore the noise of haters. If it's something you truly love, keep going. Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't really get too many haters. Like I used to get a lot more haters back in the day. I used to get a lot of weight comments. I used to get a lot of racial comments on that. And that was at a time before YouTube required you to make a comment. Back in the day on YouTube, you could just create a username and say something whenever you want and bounce. And with that, a lot more times I was called the N-word and fat or anything, you know, and to be honest, that could come back. If I do something and the channel gets more and more views and more content, I'm definitely going to get some more just hater content. You know, people will find something to create a narrative that fits them. It's just a pastime. I'm in a place right now where it's quiet, but should I ever get bigger numbers, like I already know that's going to happen. And I know that it's all because they haven't seen me before. Because if they really wanted to hate now, they could have been here now doing it, but they're not. So I don't really get too much hate. It's not really the hate that I'm kind of trying to sort out, because I've been through that. It's a slow down, but now it's like, what can I do to kind of connect or be more consistent content creator on this platform? Being good at different things, and it seems like that things have to be kind of channelized or niched down a little bit, because it could be confusing to you or the viewers or anything like that. What I do, like, what is he a remaker? Is he a top boxer? Is he an artist? Is he a content creator? Is he a reviewer? When you think about Dilio T2K, it's like, oh, I mean, like I said, you ask, what do you know about Dilio? Well, he did this. Well, I thought he did that. Mr. Maker Music says, been a while since I've been to this channel. As far as views, you got to give the people what they want. I agree. And I think a lot of things in what I do is what the people want, but the people may not want the same thing. And like I say, in this platform, it doesn't reward the viewer that likes everything. Its sole mission is to connect you, the viewer, to what you click on the most. So if you're a football fan, but you also like music, and you're clicking on a bunch of football videos, it's going to keep showing you that. And it doesn't mean that the music that you like is bad, but its sole intent is to serve a purpose of keeping on this platform the most as possible. So when you deal with a content creator like me who does a lot of different things, that may not necessarily align with the way that this platform is set up to run. I'm not saying it's bad, it's just that's the way it's set up. So I agree with you, giving the people what they want, and I do that, but sometimes it's hard for me to know, because so many people have came for so many different reasons that if I try to land on a target, I've missed so many different people, because I've done so much of everything on this channel for years. JP4751 says, as a longtime subscriber, I think you need to figure out what you are and do that. I'm not saying it to be disrespectful, but as an observation, no disrespect taken. I have watched the channel evolve over time, and every so often we get one of these type of videos. It seems to me like you are chasing metrics to shape your channel does. You can't really rely on that. I see some people with big channels that do numbers but are constantly shadow banned, especially politically focused podcasts. Do what you do, but you can't be everything to everybody. That's right. And so moving forward on this channel, I'm not going to be everything to everybody. You're not going to see me do maybe top box covers like how I did back in the day, which really is what there is and stuff that got viral, but then I try to keep doing it. And I know what happened. When I did the Soulja Boy video, if you might not be familiar, but it's like one of my largest videos, I tried to do more talk boxing, and I was covering the instrumentals, and they would get blocked and shut down, like big time. And so I was trying to capitalize on that, but when I tried to capitalize on that, the platform, the copyright was more strict at the time. They weren't sharing revenue at that time. So, you know, but yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, you're going to get videos like this from content creators who are trying to figure out how to move their channel to the next level or move their career in YouTube and journal. You're going to get that. You're going to get that. You're going to get people saying, hey, this is what I'm dealing with. This is what's going on. How do you guys feel? This is how I'm feeling. You know, you're going to get that. And you're probably going to get that again, because we're trying to detect what's the next move and everything. But yeah, I can't be everything. I may be everything talented because I do so much stuff, but as far as the way this platform is set up, and maybe you, the viewer, is set up, You may not want everything. You may not want to see everything I do. It's just the reality of the fact. It's not a bad thing. But again, and yes, you do have to pay attention to how the platform is set up to make connections. If you're semi trying to run a business, it doesn't make sense for me as a business who sells MPCs to suddenly switch over and do machine tutorials. If I'm trying to sell MPCs, it doesn't make sense for me to do, a beat channel with videos full of the channel showing you how to make beats. Because think about that. If I say I got a beat channel and I want to have a beat channel, I want people to subscribe for the beats, but then all the content I do is tutorials, then I'm going to attract a bunch of producers who make beats themselves, who are not necessarily potentially the best client I want to sell to. And so yeah, you do have to pay attention to the numbers. You do have to pay attention if you want to grow a channel. If you want to do that, I'm not one of those type of people that can just suddenly just pop up on here and talk about how I was successful on YouTube over and over again, and then people subscribe to that because I'm selling a dream. Like, yeah, if you do everything I do, no filter, just be yourself. I think that's cool up to a certain point. But in the example of DoDash, I don't know if you heard of DoDash, but in the example of DoDash, she really blew up really quickly, and I heard she had some previous history. But what people connected to her from my perspective, what people connected to her from was on the fact that she would tell you, it's almost like all I had to do was just be myself. And it was that and then you would look at the numbers and say, yeah, this stuff is working. So look how she's getting views, stuff like that. And she's just on there just being herself with no filter, no anything like that. And she's getting blew up. And then she dropped a product, which I can't hate. That's business. I get that. But then when you really look at it, it's not really anything you don't already know. But when you see those numbers rise up, yeah. So yeah, I definitely want to grow the channel. And I do know that my channel has the most growth when I outdo myself. So yeah, gonna pay attention to that. Gonna pay attention to that. If I want to grow this channel or start another channel or find ways to find time, yeah, I'm gonna do that. 88 Keys, man, you've been very supportive. Thank you so much for hit me up. You said salute. I'm with it. DJ Derek Rock says, been a subscriber since 2007. Always enjoyed all your videos throughout the years, including the music you create and albums you put out. Thank you so much for that, because my music is probably the main thing I want the world to know about. Much respect. I used to produce music myself, and I like seeing your journey ups and downs. Thank you for being down with me with the ups and downs as I adjust. And as I adjust, I may have to create spaces just for my music that's not on the same spaces here. And for everything else I do, it's not efficient. And for the platform, and it doesn't mean quitting. It means adjusting. Adjusting is not the same as quit. There's two different things. Because if I quit, then I wouldn't adjust. So thank you so much for that comment. It's got 4 likes too. Thank you. All right. MFV1977 says, the artist in me feels like you should absolutely speak your true voice at all times. Yeah, I'm with that. I understand that the business side of life has to be somewhat of a priority, but especially during a crucial moment in American history. Yeah, it is crucial right now. I firmly believe that we should all create our own truths, rather than bow down to huge greedy corporations and idiotic algorithms. I agree with that. Sincere statement. 200 people always saying it's better than a contrived, soulless, algorithm-friendly video that gets 10,000 views. Not telling you how to operate, just giving you my take. I agree with that. And I agree with that. But I also think that things have to change because, like I said, I think throwing everything on here in the kitchen sink, I got the whole house for you and the kitchen sink. But as far as efficiency for the platform, it's not really a good thing. And it's for some fans, like I said, like I'll give you an example, like when Cletus McFarlane, he's a YouTube channel, very successful YouTube content creator on here. And he's dragging around that Corvette down there. And then sometimes he veers off into other things. Actually, I didn't really pay attention to him until he got to his racetrack. But even though he does different cars, it's all about transportation. It's about racing and operating stuff. And obviously, he's the thread through it all. He's more of a personality, I think. And even he has other channels that are directed towards content. And he don't have to. So it makes you ask a question, why would someone highly successful create another channel probably for a more specific type of content. So it's an adaptation. Like I said, I think adapting to it, you don't even have to do algorithmically fitted videos. But I do think after a while of just doing research and figuring out how you can be more efficient, you do have to make adjustments. And I think that makes it more content creator viewer friendly. And I think it'll be less confusing. Because I could tell you right now, anybody ask me, just answer your question myself. What do you think the DAW channel, how did you find the DAW T2K YouTube channel? And what type of channel is the DAW T2K YouTube channel? And like I said, if you see the people answer that question, you're going to get so many different answers, right? But if you were to ask, like, and I'm using an extreme example, if you were asked, who is Michael Jackson? He's a singer. He's a performer. Not a musician. They don't call him a musician. But you know exactly who and what he does. And I think moving forward with this channel, you're going to know exactly who I am and what I do for this channel. And in order to do that moving forward, can't be doing everything on this channel. And that's kind of been my issues, that everything is an option. Oh, let's just grab whatever and just make whatever. Oh, let's just remake whatever. Oh, yeah, let's do it, Like I said, I'm saying that from my perspective. Attack Daddy says, from my perspective, I could see one point of disconnect. Imagine getting off the bus and walking in the hot sun and you pass by a guy standing in front of you, a S-Class Mercedes, complaining about how he doesn't have a Bentley. Would you say, poor guy, he's got it pretty rough? Or would you be like, dude, you are serious? What are you complaining about? You got a studio plug-in full of gear imaginable, tens of thousands of dollars worth of equipment, and you're complaining about something as insignificant as YouTube views? If I had one, yeah, I can. This is my platform. I can complain about YouTube views. I can have $20,000. I have $50,000 equipment, and still I can. This is my channel. This is my voice. So yes, I can. I can. If I had one piece of your equipment in the world would change your life. When you was making music in the 90s, okay, that gives me some context of where you're coming from. There was no platform to showcase your talent. You have it so easy now to be able to display your music to people around the world. So when you go on about social media, it doesn't land with people who are going through the struggle. We can't relate, so it's hard to empathize. And honestly, it makes me want to tune out. I subscribe to hear your original music and watch you create. Hope this feedback gives you proof insight. All right, so let's break this down. Yeah, to answer your question, I can complain about anything I want to at any time on this platform. And I could do it again. Yes. If I want to express myself and say my voice and say my soul, yes. Don't let a $4,000 keyboard make you think I don't deal with life situational problems. This keyboard is $1,000 short of how much my car costs. Yeah, you don't know what kind of car I drive outside the driveway, if it still works. So there's a bigger picture than what you see. Then you're seeing a $4,000 keyboard. You actually 35 right now. Yeah, there's a bigger picture. There's a bigger picture than what's going on right here in front of you. There's a bigger picture. There's more going on. And that's good you were making music in the 90s. I think you should continue to do that. But no, it's not so easy. It may appear easy if you put content on. Matter of fact, prove that it's easy. Go on, make a video. Let's look at your channel. Make some content and show us how easy it is for the world to see what you can do. So maybe you can't emphasize or relate, and that's fine. And if you want to tune out. That's okay with me. But I won't sit here and let anybody tell me that I can't talk about my issues or address them or communicate with them. And if you see it as complaining, that's your prerogative to do that. But in my process of adjusting as an over 15-year content creator, this is how I move forward. And I'd love for you to prove that it's easy to display your music to people around the world. I really like to see you show that. Prove it. Because it's not so easy. If I have over 80,000 subscribers and I barely push 1,000. It's below average. It's way below average. And I'm making adjustments. And yeah, I'm going to talk about it. And I'm going to keep talking about it till I don't want to talk about it no more. Because this is my platform that I grew. Yeah. So if you want to tune out, you're welcome to tune out. You won't be the first person to tune out. I got a lot of people that tune out. I got a lot of people that tune out that I know in real life that used to be really down. And then life happens. And there's stuff. There's life happens to viewers. Life happens to a lot of people on this platform, and I get that. And they tune out, they don't come back, they don't get what they want. I get that. I've been going through that for years. And so, original music, but you said right here, I subscribe to hear original music and watch you create. Hope this feedback useful to write sometimes about music again. This channel probably won't be about my music. But I do have a channel that is. I do have a channel that is about my music. In which I will probably put my performances and things of that nature. If you want to see that, that is the Dilio channel. And in this channel right here, it's all about my music and performing stuff like that. This isn't about tutorials. This isn't about how you can do this and how you can do that. This is the space for it right here. This is the space. All my original performances, stuff like that, where I gig and perform, all the Dilio music where I'm doing shows and performing, it's all right here. It's all right here. So if that's what you like most, here it is. It's at only 62 subscribers, but here it is. This is solely based off performance. This is not based off of anything other than me performing and doing what I love to do most. But it's only going to be that. I'm not going to be teaching people how to make music on this channel right here. Not going to happen. Because that's not the type of audience I want to build. So yeah, I will complain. I will say whatever I want on this channel. It's going to happen. It's a thing. If that's not your cup of tea. Hey, I'm not hurt. I'm not hurt. Hunter Excusions, keep grinding, man. Love the channel. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. I appreciate the love. Showing support from the GB. Bang. Thank you so much. Larry's creating with the music. I got to get one of those. I can't make any suggestions as a successful YouTuber, but as an avid watcher, I originally subscribed during a period when you had done some of the Michael Jackson beat videos. And I get that. That was an impactful thing. And I think I need to create a space for that because that was so impactful to the platform, to people. People really like that. When you were the MJ beat guy, I like seeing you construct the instrumentals. As a creative person, I fully understand having a wide range of interests. As an audience, we tend to want a bit more focus. I agree. I think people want focus. And what I've been doing ain't been focused. Content-wise. Now, I will focus and content on one thing. I'm making an original song, or I'm making a beat. I'm doing a remake. I'm doing a cover. I'm doing a product review, content review, plugin review, software review. But on this platform doesn't reward that. It doesn't gel with that. I can understand it could be unusual when engagement drops, especially when social platforms change the goalposts of their algorithms with so much after the content creators. I'd go as far as to say there have been a reported instrumental video, but I can't be certain. My only recommendation is switching out the thumbnails with new frames and titles for your videos. Some images and keywords work better. Yes, they do. But sometimes you worry you won't know until you try. Can upload the video twice with different captions and thumbnails, see what happens with it. Those are great suggestions and ideas. I like that attitude of trying different things. I like that idea. I like the intent of that. I appreciate that feedback right there. So that's good. That's good. Like I said, I think the MJ remakes, and it's funny you mentioned that because on the video where I live stream where I talked about doing MJ covers, I was like, that might be a good thing to do. But that would be a Dilio performance. I may talk about it and advertise it here, but I'm trying to create a space for my music, and I can't do that while doing a bunch of tours. So like if you want original music and performances, like my last music video was here. That would be where it was at. You're doing an incredible job. You're trying to explore a variety of topics. I appreciate that. It might be worth thinking about creating additional channels, each focused on a specific niche audience. I'm thinking the same thing. Especially enjoy the remakes. Keep your head up. And it means, like I said, a lot of people found me for the remakes. That's cool. Those remakes took a lot of work. They take work, focus, concentration, effort, and they're fun. But I know that everybody's not here for that. And that's the truth. That's the truth. But if I imagine me having a channel where I only did that, only had that on there. Come on. It's much more efficient. It's much more efficient. It's like all this is about me trying to searching for more efficient ways to be a content creator. Henry the Music Make, thank you so much. I appreciate you, bro. Lil Bite says, I used to watch your videos all the time, but at a certain point, YouTube stopped recommending your videos to me. I don't know why. That's a thing too. I always liked the videos where you make classic songs. Those taught me a lot about how to produce. I think the Explosive remake was the first one I saw. That was a big video. Anyways, keep plugging away. I know it's hard on YouTube, but I'm sure you'll find a groove again. Hopefully the algorithm will support that. See, the algorithm is a thing, right? A lot of people say, it's not that. No, it's a thing. And if you don't think it's a thing, make a YouTube channel. And you're going to see how much the algorithm is a thing. Like I said, your credibility about talking about the algorithm when I'm not saying you particularly, Lil Bite, but anyone's credibility when it's talking about the algorithm on YouTube talks to me, I'm like, where's your battle stripes at? Let me look at your channel. Do you got some battle stripes? Or are you speaking from experience outside of being a content creator? If you're speaking from outside of that, I will hear it, but your thoughts are more weighted if you've gone through this process yourself. But all clues and suggestions suggest that I niche it down. I get focused. And that way I'll be more efficient and give people what they want. Especially when it comes to my original music. I don't give my original music the light of day that I should on this platform, because I'm concerned about these very things. And like I said, not everybody's here for Delio music. It's still a thing, but that's why I'm creating my own space for it. And I knew what I was doing when I did that, because I knew that I wanted to, like I said, it's almost like I don't want to become a popular musician based off of how good I could teach you how to make music. I don't think that's how it works. But you have to experiment with that equation. You got to experiment with that equation to see what it does. Yeah, we're still going. All right. Hang in there, pimp. Smoke says, you're hella talented. I feel that YouTube is extremely oversaturated and there are only so many hours in the day, but your kind of helpful information and inspiring. Thank you so much for that, Smoke. I appreciate that. Mac the Knife, what's up, man? Keep plugging, especially when the music broke. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Thank you. Yeah. Reese, keep doing you, brother. Keep doing you, brother. Thank you. I sure will. CJ Concord, these algorithms only reward you for constantly feeding them. I might not catch strings, but I watch videos. Thank you so much for that. Kev says, just keep you doing you, dude. Thank you. Keep at it. I'm new to the music and YouTube space and to understand what you are going through. Simply trying to understand how the algorithm works and follow everything to the level, just to have one video not really do well, or the next video not doing so strictly, and all of a sudden it takes off. As a person who's been in the music industry for almost 30 years now, I will tell you this: you cannot be all things to all people. That's what I'm saying. And that's where I've been, or that's where I've naturally been. Just innately trying to be all things, and you can't be all things to all people. All you could be is you, who you are, and all you can do is be who you are for you and the people who will come find you. It will be there because of who you are. I'm excited when one of your videos pops up on my feed, because I honestly learn something every day when I watch one of your videos, and sometimes I apply some of that knowledge to my own content in a relatable way, not an age steal from a personal way, but because of the game, right? You shared what you've learned with your feedback and feelings on how you would like to apply the knowledge. That's no different from how it works. When you go to school to learn something, and you apply that knowledge with your own experience. So to that end, I say keep at it and keep doing what you do. Don't feel like you pinch a hole because of one thing you're not There's just a lot of moving parts, and sometimes we can't control the way things are working, but you can't control the messages. I agree with that. I agree with that. That's really cool. I vibe with all of that. But the thing that runs to me, you can't be all things, all people. Like I said, I can't be all types of content on one channel. It's just the platform doesn't work like that. The searching doesn't work like that. I'm not saying people are bad. It's just this is the medium. This is the medium. How do we get more efficient at this medium? In your video description, put various hashtags to draw attention. Also, the last 2 months have been quiet for a lot of YouTubers. I believe that. I haven't been really checking into that, but I can see that. I know the feeling, my guy. My numbers are horrible. Just keep pushing. There you go. I appreciate you. So that means you're also doing YouTube content, which is good. I watch your content. I like your ability to create on the fly. Thank you so much. And that typically happens on the live streams where I just kind of create on the fly. All that good stuff. Low Cuts. What's up, man? You say you may not think you are, but you're legendary, my dude. I don't know you on a personal level, but I do know you a bit to say a bit because I never met you in real life, but I know you Synths 06. That was from Blog TV, YouTube. You're a great songwriter, singer, producer who's serious about mastering his craft. I first came to your channel because I wanted to learn about production and still do. Then I go learn about Dilio, the artist, and I'm still here for that. Everything takes time. You can be silly at times. Don't rush the numbers. Focus on people that, my friend, can call you that. Focus on reaching people, and that, my friend, I can call you that. Thank you, man. Same with you. You have been doing it all these years. Don't feel down, brother. You've been heard by the masses, and you're one of the GOAT. You're one of the YouTube GOAT. I've always said that, and I always will say thank you, Low Cuts. I appreciate that. And that's really what I wanted to do, is be heard in that last video. I just wanted to be heard. It wasn't like, oh, I'm drying. No, it wasn't no help. I'm drying. It's like, yo, this is what I'm doing right now. And I just want to be heard. Sometimes you just want to be heard. Making a tutorial and just talking about tools and stuff. You're talking about the tools. You're not talking about the individual or the experience of the individual. Billy Doe Beat says, at least you have the balls to do this. Don't be so hard on yourself. I really loved your MJ Closet remake video. You could end like you were having a lot of fun. If you like doing that, maybe some more of those if they aren't too stressful to do. They can be a little stressful to do. They take time. They take time. I can't do those like how I can do a video talking heavy. It's just not. But it is fun, but it is challenge too. You're doing great through shit. I made one video and thought that shit was way too much work for my life schedule. That's what I'm saying. This is not my full-time thing. And at a time I wanted it to be, but I don't know if YouTube ever can be for me because of how volatile it is. Now, some content creators can, and it has been volatile for them. For me, it's been a very volatile thing, like Bitcoin, right? Volatile. You can make money in cryptocurrency, but it's a very volatile environment. It's not like a mutual fund or index fund. And even index and mutual funds have an up and down thing right now. Let's look at what's going on in the economy right now. A lot of index and mutual funds going down, but they're expected to go back up. Be proud of yourself. Thank you so much. Keep pushing, man. Enjoy your content. Thank you, Pearl Lane. Fam, do you know how happy I would have 90,000 subscribers perspective? The fuel should always be the 100K play dial. You genuinely think outside the box. Hell, even take pages from other YouTube content that seems to be hitting. If you want some honesty, the content you drop is a little bland. Needs some seasoning. Okay. There it is. Bland. Yeah, you're not going to get a lot of memeified zoom-ins and popcorn kid cartoon type stuff on this channel where I'm doing like memes and stuff like that inside it and cuts. Not going to get that over here. So if it's bland, if I'm not tapping into the comical black diaspora of jokes and language that you see other people do, yeah, I'm not. That ain't never been me. You're not going to get the fat funny guy over here. The fat funny black man. That's not happening over here. There's plenty of I mean, you scroll on your feed, man. All the fat black men are funny. Look, just think about that. All the fat black men on the internet that got reach, it's because they're funny. But thank you for that input. I appreciate that. If I find some seasoning at Sam's, I'll be sure to sprinkle that in the videos. EG Music, I hear, bro. Keep doing you. I think that the truth will be revealed to show a lot of YouTube influencers have budgets from marketing companies using bots for views. Yeah, I think that's possible. That is possible. Hell, you need 200,000 to 400,000 views to clear about 1,000 a month. Don't let YouTube define you. And that's what I'm saying. I'm taking away that defining from this platform and putting in other things that are outside of this. Use it to promote something you do or have for sale. I agree. YouTube, though, it generates money. It operates as a loss. So they're going to pay as little as possible by any means. Unless you get a few companies to promote and sell the products, i.e. Bolo, Sarah, Yan. Not hating on that, but just wanted to point out they're selling and promoting products. Therefore, companies push views to them. That is possible. That is possible. You may see me promote a product. You may see that. You may see that if that offer comes on my table, I'm gonna take it. But I don't get it as much as maybe some of them. But it does come across my desk. That's part of the business. That's part of the business, and I think it's a benefit if you've been working hard and making content forever. Yeah, you should be doing work with companies. Yeah, it's a thing. But I've never encountered anybody pushing views. But that's possible. I'm not gonna say it's impossible. But yeah, it gives them opportunity to promote. Yeah, opportunity to build their own niche company. Lots of tons of fireworks, files, minimal returns. If anyone can find any financial statements showing YouTube profits, not revenue, if you can find yearly operation costs, please post it and where you found it. Good luck to you. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna find that anywhere. Make more remakes, bro. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. And I think I got to create a space for that. I got to create a space for the remakes and just remakes, because here it is. Person talking about remakes, not talking about tutorials, not talking about my music. Not saying you're hating it. I'm not saying anything negative here. I'm just saying my observation is that I know that the remakes are very impactful. And they take work and they need their own space. They're so impactful that they need their own space. Is the thing. But I can't bang them out. I can't bang them out like that. Boom, 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 boom. I can't. I still work a day job, y'all. Little 2K, you're at 82.5. You are so close to 100K, so there's no way you can give up now. Definitely not giving up. As long as your mind is open, you can grow your channel. You have a great style, but maybe you need to define who you really are. I agree that. Bolo, Ave have all their little niches within their niche. You see more of a player, in my opinion. I do play piano. You have keyboard chops that many YouTubers don't. Try different stuff, move fast, and break things, as tech boys say. This is an opportunity for rebuild and regrow. I agree with that. I think this channel has to be a channel where I can create content very quickly, efficiently, which is going to be leaning more towards a review and tutorial channel. Not quitting the other stuff, but I think things are so impactful that they need their own space. I think they need their own space. That's great. Hidden says, I'm not going anywhere. I enjoy your content. Musicians are awesome people. Love the engineering product producing side very well. Thank you so much. Take care. Thank you, Hidden. I appreciate that. Ooh, this is a long comment. Just needs to employ some of that type of help in regard to him helping everything to be songwriting, singing, everything else. Fire, I like to see him just doing instrumental remakes, shit like that. But I know you got a whole other bag. Okay. Thank you, Delight, for responding to that. So as a long time support really comment, here I'm gonna tell you my first. When I started tuning on to you, disrespect, oddly enough, I never seen that video before. A lot of people haven't, but just, like I said, the Just Got video, a lot of people probably have not seen it, but there's a lot of people who really have, more so than the content that you do see. And I think that's a disconnect there. Because imagine, if more people who are actually engaged saw this, who saw the Just Got video, they would be here right now. But I'm telling you this right now, from an analytics standpoint, the Just Got video is still one of my most top performing videos on this channel. And none of you have seen it. But it's one of the highest generating channels on this channel. There's a disconnect there. How is it the most highest generating thing on my channel? Evergreen. And none of you guys have seen it. Oh my God, there's so much to read. I gotta skim. I'm sorry. Tragic. Song. I feel like songs at the time were still leaving something to be desired. A little further, maybe the beats were a little more mainstream. The beats everywhere got better, more music, but so they'd have also some community member do a big. It should be chimed in, but it's hard to tell someone who you feel like is opening up and putting their life on display for everyone to see. They should be try that. Never, the message will reach you regardless because people are sending you to don't respond. I'm just reading it faster. I can read faster than I can speak. You feel like you need a little bit of work. Okay. So you go listen to their music and you didn't know they had out. And it's not the same as their old stuff. They were watching, say, okay, I see what's going on. Okay. So I appreciate you chiming in, Tragic. And I hate that I've kind of skimmed this. 08? I don't think I did Michael Jackson remix in 08. That was 2008. That was a long time ago. My first official remake I did was the Dr. Dre thing when the movie came out. And I saw it resonate. I was like, oh, maybe I should do some of those. That's how that came about. Yeah. So, if maybe some of your beats I heard were a little bit mainstream sound or had that sound. And I felt like the songs at the time were still leaving to be desired. Okay, so I hear you. It's a long. I know everybody's not gonna watch this whole time. I'm still gonna upload it. Screw it. But yeah, I see you. Ooh. Well, I hope you like my new music that's coming out. And if you don't, I understand. It's a thing. It's a human thing. Like I don't like a lot of new music, like Jill Scott's newer stuff. And I know I'm talking about her again, but like her new stuff, I like her older stuff more. Same thing with Marsha Ambrosius. I like her older stuff more than her new stuff. No, actually, no. Her new album is actually kind of tight. Her new album went over everybody's head, in my opinion. It was so high produced. It just went over everybody's head. Okay. Soraya Knox, I remember you. I think people commenting just saying keep on doing you when you were asking for actual help ideas on where you could be falling short shows they're not truly understanding the message. Possible. All of us who subscribe obviously feel like you're talented. I'll tell you this before and I'll tell you again. I honestly feel like your channel for me was reminiscent of the early Ryan Leslie when he was putting out those videos. I think that the music you're putting out needs to be refined more. I think you should be going on some big studios, maybe teaming up with some songwriters and all this stuff to help you get that air things down so you can compete the way you need to. Your channel still is great as far as instrumentals and you make the remixes you do. I don't know how to grow that side of things, but I do know that you really do output quality content. It's just maybe you got to switch the formula up sometimes. I know the majority of what you do is out the box. Maybe you need to produce straight bangers back in FL Studio and show how to make this type of beat or that type of beat when mixing up and mastering everything there. I honestly think that's the best way to go regardless. I hope that pans out. But it's supposed to stay up. Thank you, Sarah, for that feedback. I hear you on that. Maybe it is time to go back to FL Studio tutorials and not mess on the MPC. And, you know, an interesting thing was that when I went to that Cymatics event, only one producer cited that they used the MPC. Only one? Only one. Wow. Okay. Very interesting. I'm glad you made this video because I do need to know more, and people who generally F with you need to know what's up so they can support and jump in like a community is supposed to. Thank you so much, Tragic. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for just speaking out, just saying something. Algorithm is broken. Like you live, you're being making video original. Thank you, Matt. T. Scott, thank you. Long time sub. And I remember somebody else commented on this video, and I guess their comments are gone. They must have deleted it. Been here since Talkbox Boost stuff, fatty stuff, rocking with you. I fight the same battles. Honestly, I do not care about the numbers anymore. I'm just skimming now. Try to kill you. You have never, like I said, a lot of people have not seen the Jill Scott thing, but it's one of my highest viewed videos at all time, like consistently, year by year. And I do believe, it is my belief that I believe it affects how my channel is seen by YouTube. I really do believe that. It's always been kind of like that weird thing in the corner that you kind of ignore, but it's still there. Oh, video kid race started on If the only new thing is now is much in true talent, crazy times, God, it's great. Thank you for riding with me on that. Gold says, you're a legend in space. Whatever way it goes, you made your mark. Thank you. D. Steve says, long time sub, figured I could help. You need to step outside yourself. You do videos and things you love rather than what you kind of should do. Like work. Instead of an MJ breakdown video, do a the baby video. I could see that. Because a lot more people who are on this platform right now care more about the baby than Michael Jackson. I get that. Instead of an MPC breakdown, do an Ableton FL Studio breakdown. Make this channel a job versus a hobby. It may have to be that way. It may have to be that way. I just know that I can't do everything. Like, as far as like diverse production platforms, it might be FL Studio MPC. Probably won't do Ableton content. Though I do know how to use Ableton and teach Ableton, I'm not going to do that. Because like I said, it can't do everything. Just not efficient. Algorithm is broken. I like your beat making videos with the original music. Thank you so much, Matthew Gaines. So there you have it. And I know this is almost like an hour-long video, but I wanted to talk about this. I wanted to respond to this video. I thought it was really cool that people chimed in and all that good stuff. And I definitely will probably be kind of boiling the content down a little bit on this channel. It doesn't mean I'm not going to anything else, but probably tutorials and reviews will probably be the main focus on this channel because I can create a lot of it very quickly and efficiently. And as far as original music, if you like original Delio music, there's a channel for that. Remix probably will get its own lane too as well, because how impactful it is. Just how impactful it is. It's just a very impactful thing. A lot of people see me for that. Yeah, so. All right, thank y'all so much. I'm going to get up off of here. Hope y'all enjoyed this response video. Uncut. I know it's long. I'm just going to throw this up and see where it lands. All right, peace.